My name is Dr. Rachel Goodman. I am a licensed clinical psychologist and neuropsychologist and the co-associate director of the Alzheimer's Risk Assessment Clinic at the Jewish General Hospital in Montreal. We are here today to talk about preventative mental and cognitive health. We are pretty good as a people at knowing about prevention when it comes to physical health, even if we don't all do all the things that we are supposed to. However, we are pretty weak comparatively when it comes to prevention for mental and cognitive health. Most often, I find people in my office in crisis mode, and only then are they ready to take a look at what they need to do to help themselves when it comes to their mental and cognitive health. Especially now, we are living in a time when we are overstimulated and exhausted and feel like we're living in chaos. How can we take care of our mental and cognitive health when we are so busy taking care of everything and everyone around us? For a person to function well, they need to have a solid foundation, which includes proper sleep, good nutrition, physical activity, and social connection. But we also need boundaries. You need to take a look at what things you can control and what you can't. Don't be a superhero. If you find that you are taking on too much, take a look at what you're doing. Identify what it is that you may be able to cut out and do so. Here are 10 tips for prevention and wellness when it comes to mental and cognitive health. Number 1, educate yourself. We have all heard many times that education is power. And there's a quote that I love that says, anxiety is an intolerance to uncertainty. This year, we definitely all learned how important education can be and how powerful it can be, but we also learned how anxiety-provoking too much information can be. If you are feeling anxious, you need to focus on the facts that the sources are telling you and not on the emotions that you or others are having towards them. It is wonderful to learn more about your health and specifically your mental and cognitive health, but you want to make sure that the resources that you are using are reputable. Number 2, find balance. In life, we have to learn to balance so many balls in the air at the same time. Our professional lives, our personal lives, our families, our caring for others, volunteering, etc. And we often end up leaving ourselves out of the equation. We have so many responsibilities, but we need to dial it back to make sure that we are including ourselves in that caring. This past year especially, we learned that we have to accept that there are things that are going to be uncertain and that you cannot control everything, which is very hard for many people. I know it is definitely hard for me. It's important to note that your emotions can have a great impact on your cognitive functioning, whether it is caused by depression, stress hormones like cortisol, your general stress level, or anxiety, among others. If at times you are feeling overwhelmed and you notice that you are not performing at your best, whether it is your attention, concentration, or memory, don't worry too much. If, however, you notice that this is impacting your day-to-day functioning, then you should speak to your doctor. Number 3, keep a regular schedule. You want to try to wake up and go to sleep at approximately the same time every day and get enough sleep. Eat healthy, regular meals and snacks. Set aside time for exercise and self-care breaks, and we'll get into more detail about these soon. Number 4, physical engagement and sleep. Regular exercise helps to manage stress, release built-up tension, and improve your mood. Exercise brings adrenaline to the brain, which helps you to focus more on what you are doing and thinking, and can lead to better memory performance. Ideally, you should be practicing 30 to 40 minutes of exercise per week, 3 to 4 times per week. This is the same recommendation as it is for our physical health as it is for our mental health. There's no special exercise that you must do. Obviously, what you want to do is get your heart rate up, but otherwise, any simple exercise can do. You do not have to train for a marathon or a triathlon, etc. However, of course, If you enjoy doing a particular exercise or going to the gym, or enjoy it more when you're doing it with other people, definitely do that. You will be more motivated and more likely to act on it. Walk outside when possible. There is no replacement for fresh air. Eat regular meals and healthy food to stabilize your blood sugar. Sleep, of course, is crucial to mental and cognitive health. You want to get enough sleep, watch out for naps, follow good sleep hygiene, which means, among others, have a bedtime routine, get up and go to sleep, as I mentioned before, at the same time approximately every day. Do not use your bed for anything other than sleep or intimacy. And if you cannot sleep, get out of your bed and go do something not overly stimulating and come back in about 20 minutes and try again. Avoid using alcohol and drugs to cope with stress. Number 5, nutrition and healthy eating. While I am, of course, not a nutritionist, I am the co-associate director of ARAC, the Alzheimer's Risk Assessment Clinic, where we talk a lot about brain-boosting foods, so I can introduce those to you. These include green, leafy vegetables, fatty fish, berries, which give antioxidants to the brain, nuts, coffee, turmeric, green tea, red wine in moderation, etc. These are known as the Mediterranean diet, and it's important to follow. Obviously, having a treat and snacks at times are, of course, totally allowed, and you should enjoy yourself, but in terms of brain boosting, healthy foods, these are what we recommend. How about nutrition for the soul? We have always known the importance of touch when it comes to emotional functioning, but we never understood it on such a practical level as we did this year when we were not able to hug our parents and grandparents and children and grandchildren and friends, etc. Touch is essential to human connection and well-being. Of course, it goes without saying, religion and spirituality can be a wonderful sense of fulfillment in your lives and a very good kind of stress management. Number 7, cognitive engagement. There are many risk factors for memory disorders like Alzheimer's disease. Some are non-modifiable, which means that we cannot change them. These include age, family history, and genetics. However, there are many that we can have an impact on, and these include smoking, blood pressure, cholesterol levels, diabetes, obesity and physical level of functioning, alcohol intake, psychological health, head injury, and sleep apnea. Mental fitness includes proper sleep hygiene, regular physical activity, a Mediterranean diet, good hydration, and using mental fitness games. Exercising the brain is equally important to exercising your body, and a good way of thinking is that anything that is good for your physical health or your cardiac health is good for your mental health. Cognitive engagement helps bring new connections to our brain, and we can continue to grow new neurons as we age, even to very advanced ages, as long as we do not have a diagnosed memory disorder. One example is to challenge yourself by using your non-dominant hand to do things like writing or brushing your teeth. Other ideas include Sudoku, playing bridge, crossword puzzles, online brain training games, attending lectures, painting, learning a new instrument or a new language, etc. Number 8, social engagement. There's a saying that I really appreciate that says, loneliness kills. It's as powerful as smoking or alcoholism. Robert Waldinger, a professor at Harvard who studies happiness, says that research shows that being with others is good for our mental and cognitive health. Ironically, this past year, we have been told to stay away from other people, and this has been very challenging and counterintuitive to us. Mental health experts have always known the power of socialization in fighting off depression and other mental health issues. And now we have had to learn to be creative about how to socialize when we can't be with people in person. We want to stay connected with people in person, but if we cannot, stay connected by video, by FaceTime, by Zoom, of course, by phone, have virtual meetings and virtual dates, etc. Share your feelings with others. Have a support system of people that you can be open with and share your feelings when it comes to if you're feeling anxious or down, etc. Share funny videos. Humor is very powerful and can release tension amazingly. Reach out to others and check on them. Feeling responsible for others can help you to feel good and connected. Number 9, reframe your thinking. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches us the importance of learning that the way that we think about things can have a very big impact on how we feel. And we can learn to change how we think about things and have a great impact on feeling differently. Instead of thinking that the glass is half full or half empty, how about thinking that there's just water inside it at all? That's what I call rational thinking. Focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. Learn to control your reaction to events and situations in a healthier manner. Finally, number 10, coping skills for stress. Understand your triggers and signs of stress and anxiety. Use your own regular techniques that you do to help you to feel better. It might be taking a hot shower or bath, calling a friend, eating a fun snack, going for a walk, listening to music, etc. You can also learn new coping skills to stress, like breathing exercises, mindfulness, yoga, progressive deep muscle relaxation, etc. Many of these are on YouTube or available on free apps and websites. If it feels like the above recommendations are not enough to help you, please seek extra help. Many mental health professionals are working virtually now, and some in person. Reach out for help.